Did you know that you can earn as much as 230 pesos or more per hour just by speaking English from home? Hi, I'm G, and welcome to day one of my free ESL teacher training series. If you're a student or a stay at home mom like me, or just someone looking to earn from home, this video is for you. Today, I am going to talk about what ESL actually is and how you can start teaching English online, even with no experience. I'm also going to talk about career paths, salary ranges, and what you really need to get started, from tools to mindset. Stay with me till the end, and if you're excited for day two, please don't forget to like, comment, and hit subscribe. Let's begin.
Hello and welcome to day one of my free ESL training series. Well, if you're a student or a stay at home mom like me, pwede ka dito. So today, I'm going to talk about what ESL actually is and ano ba yung dapat na mindset at para ba sa'yo itong industry na to. So let's dive in, let's begin. Our goal for today is to understand the ESL industry, career paths, salary potential, and teaching mindset. Kailangan natin lahat. Yan. So let us move on and let's define what is ESL. So ESL stands for English as a Second Language. It happens in countries where English is the primary language, like in the USA, in Canada, or in Australia. And students learn the language because they are living in that places. For example, ako may mga students ako na Japanese, Chinese, or even South Koreans who live in these countries at gusto nilang i-improve yung communication skills nila or English skills nila. Kasi English is the primary language in that country. So kailangan talaga. On the other hand, EFL stands for English as a Foreign Language. Well, this happens in countries where English isn't the primary language. For example, China, South Korea, and Japan, then. So, English is taught as a subject in school or through specific lessons. Kaya lang, ang tawag na rin sa atin, lalo na sa atin lahat, sa akin lang, ay ESL teachers na rin. Well, yung mga job postings, ang mini-mention nila is looking for ESL teachers. So there might be difference in technical terms, but apparently we do the same. We teach English to non-native speakers. And I think importante yung role natin kasi we help connect bridges. We help them communicate in English. So our job is essential. It's significant. So, well, in comparison to traditional classrooms, ESL, mas mas nag-encourage tayo na mag-speak or mag-participate ang students. Because in traditional classrooms, teachers do most of the talking and students are only able to participate when called upon. Dun lang, yun lang yung chance nila na magsalita. Kaya may mga estudyante talaga, maraming estudyante na alam nila yung grammar principle. May mga vocabulary silang natututunan, pero hindi nila ma-incorporate into their daily conversation kasi wala silang time to practice. At yun ang gagawin natin sa ESL classrooms natin. In ESL classrooms, we follow 80-20 or 70-30 rule, wherein 80% or 70% of the time, the students speak. At yung 20 at 30% are given to teachers to lead, to correct, to gently correct the students. And to answer some questions na rin, to help the students engage in a conversation. Kasi in an ESL classrooms, nabubulol, in an ESL classroom, kailangan talaga si student ay interactive, participative. Yun yung role natin as ESL teachers. To encourage them to speak. Pag hindi sila nag-practice, hindi natin mamimit yung goal. At sila rin, mahahamper yung progress nila. So that is the difference between ESL and EFL. Pero ang tawag pa rin sa atin ay ESL teachers. It's a common term na rin siguro. So next, career paths in ESL. Yung nalagay ko sa slide, freelance at saka private clients. Pero in fact, parehas lang naman. We are freelancers. So, gawin na lang nating dalawa, yung career paths in ESL. One, you can apply to different online platforms. So this is where you apply for ESL jobs in different companies online. For example, we have Ingo, Bizmates, Native Camp, Palfish, and many more. Napakaraming online platforms na pwede mong pag-applyan. And siguro ang tip ko na lang as as an ESL teacher for 7 years, find your find your target age group muna. For example, kung magsisimula ka, I would like to target or I would like to focus on kids muna, if that's your goal, or if you're into teaching kids. Or like me, I'm focused on teaching adults. So, yun, nandito na ako sa path na to. Pero when I started with kids kasi mas madali silang i-handle. Mahirap din minsan. Mas madali yung lesson materials. So, kung hindi ka pa masyadong confident sa grammar skills mo or sa English skills mo, I would suggest you start with kids. Kasi habang nag-earn ka, well, you can review certain grammar principles, you can rebuild your foundation, you can study phrasal verbs, idioms, and whatnot, everything that will enable you to be a better teacher. So that's my tip. Mag-focus ka muna, alin ka ba, kids or adults. In that way, mafi-filter mo rin kung anong companies ba ang a-applyan mo. Meron kang target, for example, Nova Kid, they offer $4 per hour. They teach English to kids. So, yung mga estudyante, young learners, meron ding high schoolers. I worked with Nova Kid for 6 months lang. Actually, it's a pity kasi sayang, maganda kasi yung offer, $4 tapos puwede mong i-withdraw yung salary mo anytime. And then you have students from Poland, from Turkey, from Middle East, from different parts of the world. So it's a diverse experience. Maganda. Too bad. Kasi back then, bata pa yung youngest ko. So mahirap i-juggle. So yun. So if I were you, well, pick, choose talaga kung are you into kids or adults. And then look for companies. I'll be tackling and suggesting companies I've worked for na maganda talaga at legit later on sa susunod na part ng training. Ang maganda rin kung mag-start ka sa private companies, especially if you're a beginner, you will have the chance to attend trainings wherein different teaching techniques and methods are explained. Meron din silang mga examples at i-encourage ka nila to participate. In that way, you will have the idea of the technique, of the teaching techniques na gusto mong i-apply in the class. Kasi iba't iba yung learning pace ng mga students. Iba-iba din ang level nila. May 0, may 1, may 2, may 3. You'll be able to assess that in your class naman once you talk to the student. you're able to identify kung mag adjust ka ba ng ng vocabulary words mo or ng sentences mo. You need to grade your language in class. I'll be tackling more about that later on. So, one, you can apply online to different companies. If you're a beginner, I would suggest dito ka muna magsimula para, you can learn the ropes of ESL. Hindi ka agad masya-shock na, ganito pala yung mga estudyante. You'll find your own personality, your teaching method. So, yun lang naman based on my experience. Next, syempre pwede ka ding magkaroon ng private clients. As for me, I have 7 private students. Ang maganda lang kung may private students ka, mas relaxed kasi wala masyadong rules, and then ikaw ang masusunod sa teaching strategies at teaching techniques mo. Ikaw din ang bahala sa lesson materials, pero don't worry so much about that because marami namang lesson materials na available sa iba't ibang Facebook groups at may iba-iba namang free websites. For example, si Ingo. Ingo is an online platform offering online classes, pero yung lesson materials nila available din, so pwede mong gamitin. In fact, I use it for my students. I believe their lesson materials are easy to grasp, well, interactive, and effective. Ang kagandahan din kung private students ang makukuha mo, well, you can set your own rate. In my case, mura lang ako eh. 300 pesos per hour lang ako nag-charge sa mga estudyante ko. Pero I'm planning to, raise the fee later on. Pero ang maganda lang kasi since affordable yung fee ko, everyday yung mga estudyante ko nagpa-practice kasi they can actually afford more than that. Kaya lang the frequency will vary. For example, I have a student, si Mr. Parker. He's around 43. He's a businessman and he's been practicing with me for 8 months now. And every day yon, except Sunday pala. Because, well, Sunday is church day for me. Kapagka may busy day ako or busy day siya, pwede kami mag-cancel, walang penalties. So if you're going to work for private companies or online companies, may mga penalties yan. Si Ingo, very minimal. I'll be talking about that more sa mga susunod natin na training. Pero that's what you can expect. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest mag-apply ka muna online. But if you're tenure, then go get the private students. Mas mataas yung rate. Mas relaxed. And hindi masyadong pressure in my thoughts. That's from my point of view. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the salary range. Magkano ba ang kinikita ng isang ESL teacher? Pang milyonaryo ba? Well, depende. In my case, I started with 5-1 Talk 7 years ago. At back then, tama ba? Parang 40 pesos per 25 minutes ang bayad sa akin. Pero nag-increase ako into 75 kasi nga I attended trainings and then naiipas ako siya. I do my best each time. But then I left it kasi nga yung mga penalties. But there are also companies na nag-o-offer higher. For example, si Novacare, they offer $4 and marami pang ibang companies na nag-o-offer ng higher rates for even for Filipinos like us. But as you know, native speakers are paid higher because they speak the language. I'm in my case, I'm working for two online companies. Si Ingo, I'm a teacher pa rin sa Ingo. I love its flexibility. And as what I've said earlier, I love the lesson materials. Ngayon si Ingo, very flexible kasi siya, walang minimum requirement. Kailangan mo lang mag-open ng one time slot in a month to keep your account active. Yun lang. You can earn as much as you want or as little as you want. It depends on you. Kaya lang, yung rate niya, 135 pesos per hour, hindi siya nag-increase. Pero may mga bonuses naman. May perfect attendance bonus, no cancellation bonus. Tama ba? Yeah. I'll talk about it more. Sorry. So, ayun nga, nasabi ko na din kanina, yung sa private students naman, you can charge 300 pesos per hour or more. Some tenured teachers here, they charge 500, 1,200 pesos. If you believe that you're capable enough, and if you believe that your skills are highly valuable and you can really make a significant impact on their language journey, then go charge it. Depende sa agreement nyo ni student. So that's for the salary range from 100 pesos per hour or more. It depends on the companies you're going to work for. All right. Next, what are the requirements to start? Ano ba yung kailangan natin? So you need a laptop or PC. As far as I can remember, ang dami ko din kasing in-applyan ng mga ESL companies na nag-o-offer ng 200 plus per hour. And usually, ang requirement nila is i3, Core i3. Tapos yung internet speed is 10 Mbps. At least to the companies I've applied for. At naipasa ko naman lahat sila. I actually worked for an audio class. I'm an audio company before. At okay naman siya. It's a Korean company and maganda rin siya. I just left yeah, because I worked for Nova Kid. But I'm in good terms with the teachers. Kasi nagre-resign ako ng maayos. Hindi ako nag-ghost. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng credibility, integrity sa work, and professionalism. So next, what are the other skills that we need? Siyempre, we need the clear English. Yung ibang companies, meron akong isang company na alam, American accent ang kailangan. Pero mostly neutral accents lang. For example, tayong mga Filipinos, we have very clear accents naman. In my case, I have a neutral accent. I do not have an American accent. Neutral lang. You just have to make sure na yung pronunciation mo is clear, understandable, at yung mga sounds correct. So, and another thing, you need to have patience, lalo na sa kids. Kasi yung marami din namang kids na marurunong na. Actually, ngayon, I'm into adults, pero I'm still handling kids. I have 5 kids. Kasi it's fun. It's fun to have a class with a kid. You know, kids are fun. They love playing. They're very curious about so many things. At siguro dahil gusto ko rin naman ng kids, nag-e-enjoy akong turuan sila. Lalo kapagka naa-achieve namin yung target language for that specific day or for that specific lesson, it's such a great achievement. It means the world to me. Lalo na kapagka nakikita mo na nag-improve sila, it's very rewarding. Pero yung ibang kids, talaga medyo magsi-struggle ka kasi minsan hindi nagre-respond, hindi responsive, minsan nagpa-parrot. So, we'll tackle more about different types of students then sa day 3. Well, you also need to learn or you also need to know the basic grammar knowledge. So, yung mga basic sentence structures, verb tenses. Pero for kids naman, usually ang tinuturo phonics, alphabets, numbers, basic questions, basic sentences. So, kayang-kaya mo yun, teacher. Kayang-kaya mo yun. Actually, Ego is accepting college students. So, if you're a college student watching me now, try it out. Meron lang minsan talaga may mga companies din na may tumal days, and I'm very lucky. Actually, I'm very blessed because since nag-start ako sa Ingo, thankfully, well, I've never experienced tumal days. I've been a consistent five-star teacher on Ingo, and pero I get the other teachers' feelings. I mean, I understand them kasi minsan talaga mahirap i-maintain yung ratings because ratings are subjective. So you have to make sure na if you want to excel in this industry, you really should set your mind na gusto mo to. Kasi all your intentions, your desires, your motivation, your passion, magre-reflect yan sa class mo, mararamdaman ng estudyante. They will sense it. So, kailangan talaga, kung gusto mo to, go for it. I mean, it's fun. Teaching English is really, really fun because you can speak the language, you can learn a lot with the students, you can learn different cultures. Well, you can gain friends. I've gained a lot. So, it's really fun. And, well, you also need to get a TEFL or TESOL certificate. I am a financial management graduate. Hindi ako education graduate. Hindi rin ako licensed teacher. I'm actually surprised na may passion for teaching pala ako. I realized that when I tried the ESL. So the first thing to do is to get a TEFL certificate. Ngayon, si TEFL certificate ay free mo lang makukuha. Makukuha mo siya sa teacher's record. I will try to, well, include the link sa description anywhere here below the video. I'll figure it out where to put it. And then makukuha mo siya after a couple of days. Kung hindi ka education graduate or if you're not a licensed teacher, I would suggest na basahin mo siya kasi may matututunan ka rin naman. And beside, meron naman kasing tests after. Pero actually may answer key naman sa YouTube. Pero if you wanna learn the ropes, then I would suggest na basahin mo yung lesson kasi free naman. You won't lose anything. You will gain something from it and you'll get a certificate that will help you land a job. So that's it, teachers. I hope you learned something new, or I hope that somehow natulungan kita. Kung gusto mo ba talaga yung ESL industry, you should. It's fun. It's really fun. Well, you can earn from home just by teaching and speaking English. English is a strong and it is an important communication tool noon pa at hanggang ngayon na nararamdaman ng mga estudyante kung gaano ka-importante yung language na 'to. And, well, if you're excited for day 2, please don't forget to like, comment, and hit subscribe. I'll be helping you with many other things and I'll be explaining a lot of things rin sa mga susunod na araw. If you have any questions, please leave your questions. I'll respond to them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and I hope you learned something from me.